Hey there YouTube, Rockin' here, aka Papa G, and it's been a hot minute since I last uploaded, like, specifically a video for YouTube. So I've had a lot of people commenting on my lightsworn deck video that I did from the ranked match, and basically I've had a lot of people asking about one of the deck lists and how to craft, so I'm going to show you guys how to do that right here, right now. So, you go into your deck. These are the decks that I have right now. That's my new Crystal Beast deck. Shh, don't tell anybody, that's for a specific tournament. That's my Samurais. So, go in here. Say I want to create a new deck, right? Say if I want to do it from scratch, you can just copy. Basically, if you go into the search from public, you can just like search for like a keyword like Lightsworn, Blackwings, Karakuris, Raid Raptors, whatever you want to do. And that. So right now, I'm going to search for... Go Dark Magician. Also, the controls for this will be on PS4, so if you're on Xbox or Steam or something like that, I'm assuming the controls will also be slightly different. So we'll say I want to build Dark Magician, right? This is the only Dark Magician cards I own. I believe I can change that. There we go. For the PlayStation, you hit L3, it switches between cards you own and cards you don't own. So, essentially what you want to do is you want to craft something that's a super rare or higher for a deck you want to build. If you can craft one card as a super rare or ultra rare, you will then unlock that pack in the shop for 24 hours. And basically everything from that pack will be related to this card. For example, I crafted a Judgment Dragon for my Lightsworn deck, and that unlocked the Lightsworn pack. And then I did 2 multis on the Lightsworn pack, and then disenchanted stuff for materials, which I'm going to show you what to do right now. For example, right, I've got 4 of this card, Chaos Form. So for the PlayStation members, you hit L2, which is down the bottom you see it's cards menu, and that gives you the option to either create or dismantle. So I'm going to dismantle this. It'll give me 10 rare gems, or 10 rare materials, what you want to call it. Everything you dismantle will give you 10, with the exception of, I'll show you here, glossy cards or SP cards or foil cards, whatever you want to call them. They will give you 15 of that specific rarity crystal. So keep that in mind. If you're not like a shiny person, if you don't really care if it's a glossy form or not, then you're better crafting the glossy ones for more materials. It's better cost efficient. For example, right, I'll dismantle this right now, and I'll get 15 rare materials. And then, do I have enough? Do I have enough? And then again, L2 or the card details, go to generate, and then generate, and it should appear very top of the screen, that key showed up there. So for PlayStation it's L1 and R1. Hit them both of them. Darkest Magics, 1 free. You also get 1 free pull when you uncover a secret pack this way. If you uncover a secret pack via doing a multi-summon on another banner, you don't get the free pull. So I would suggest if you want do that, then this is the best way for it. So we'll do 1 free pull on the Darkest Magics set. The orange glow generally indicates it's an SR or higher, so I did get an ultra rare in one of mine. I think it's very similar to the way that Vanguard Zero works for packs. The yellow animation is super rare or higher, guaranteed. A lot of people are also confused about the packs. Basically, the last 4 pack cards in the set, the last 4 cards in the pack are guaranteed to be from this set. The other 4 cards can be from anywhere, which is how you unlock all your secret packs. The job table can be a bit of a pain, but generally the 4 cards that aren't from a set, I will disenchant for materials. That's how I managed to build my Lightsworn so quickly. Oh, we've got 3, so Destined Rivals, Dark Cavalry, and another Dark Cavalry. So there we go. So that is how you start crafting and disenchanting. Ooh. Did I just unlock the Blue Eyes one? Anyway, so basically that is how you go about crafting and disenchanting cards. It's fairly straightforward once you know what you're doing, but also figuring out what you're doing because some of these can be a pain in the backside. Also, because a lot of people were asking, my Lightsworn deck. It's not perfect by all means. I literally just built this from memory with a little bit of tweaks from the new stuff. Because obviously when I stopped playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything in the main deck was out when I stopped playing Yu-Gi-Oh! With the exception of the Twilight Swan. That wasn't out yet, but I think it just came out shortly after. Also, there were no pendulums, there were no links, nothing of that, so yeah, so as it stands right now, this is what I'm running with. I've tweaked it slightly since the rank deal video. I've like upped some ratios to 3, dropped some to 2. So I'm running 2 Raikou, Plague Spreader Zombie, which is just, I love this card. I used to run this in every deck back in the good old days of Yu-Gi-Oh! 2 Necro Gardener for defensive, also gives you a dark target for BLS. 3 Lumina, 2 Lumina Twilight Sworn. This I chucked in here because it's another dark target, but because you can banish a Lightsworn monster and then target a banished Lightsworn monster and bring it back. So essentially, like, say your Lumina gets banished, use this Lumina to bring it back, and then you can ditch and summon a game with another Lumina, which could give you the options that will go into, obviously, Link monsters, Xyz monsters, Synchro monsters. So I thought I'll stick it in just to see how it runs, and it's okay. I've used it once every other duel. Lila, pretty staple, obviously, for spell and trap removal. 3 Wolf, because it's 3 Wolf. You mill it, or you foolish burial it, and you're done. Aaron, I like 1 Aaron. I always use the tech 1 Aaron, because it gets over big defensive things. Because before damage calculation is the important part. It's just like, I'm going to attack you, bye. Fearless the Lightsworn Archer, because also it's a tuner. It has to be summoned via the same mode as Wolf, essentially. Yeah, it's a pretty decent card all around. Obviously Celestia. I was trying just 1, but I ended up finding I milled the only 1 I had, so that's now up to 2. Which is funny, because I think the duel in question, I actually used this to help me win the game. Of course, BLS. Judgment Dragon, I was running 3. I'm now only running 2. I feel it's just 3's a bit too much. I might put the 3rd one back in, I don't know. Regeki, because it's Regeki. Monster Reborn, because it's Monster Reborn. Foolish Burial, it's pretty good. It helps you if you're going to get that 4th Lightsworn, you can just get rid of something. Or you use the old trick of you can Foolish Burial the Wolf, which will summon the Wolf to the field. Or you can Foolish Burial the Plague Spreader, and then you can top deck a Wolf to summon the Plague Spreader, which gives you access to Synchros, and then you can mill the Wolf that turn, which summons the Wolf, which is 3 monsters. Or if you're really struggling, just Foolish Burial a Necro Gardener, and it gives you a defensive for the next turn. Rota, because there's a couple of warrior targets, and also deck thinning is deck winning. Pot of Avarice, because you mill a lot. You have to find a way to recycle cards. So I always used to run this because, yeah, okay, fair enough, you want 4 Lightsworns in graveyard, but not a Lightsworn, not a Lightsworn, not a Lightsworn. Not a Lightsworn, not a Lightsworn, not a Lightsworn. So 6 monsters that aren't Lightsworns, and also 3 of that, 2. So essentially, I've got 17 cards in the graveyard, 16 of them are monsters, but I've got 2 Celestials, 2 Lumina, you just put your spares back. So recharge, draw into the deck, ditch 1, mill 2, draw 2, charge the Light Brigade, the other core card of the deck, mill 3, add a Lightsworn, just kind of starts off your plays. Ideally you want to mill a good Lightsworn or a Wolf or something to have a target for Lumina. MST because it's MST, Bottomless because people spam the field so bloody much. And this says monsters, so if they summon like 3 monsters in 1 turn, then you just start quoting Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge and say, hey, did you summon a bunch of monsters in 1 turn? It's pretty good. Widespread Ruin because effects are everywhere. This one is good for special monsters because there's a lot of Link summoning, Xyz summoning, Synchro, well, not so much Synchro summoning, but it's more Xyz, Fusion, Link, and this is pretty good for that. The Call of the Haunted because we like to bring things back from the grave. This is where things are like my extra deck's a bit all over the place. I'm literally just chucking cards in and testing them out to see how they go. So far, like Bryonax are pretty stable. You can ditch Lightsworns in your hand, well, ditch any cards in your hand to obviously bounce stuff back, which fills your graveyard for Judgment Dragon. The Lightsworn Synchro, which I actually really like. It's kind of a nice semi-Judgment Dragon. It's kind of like a mix between Judgment and BLS. You pay the 1,000 life points like Judgment, but you banish like BLS, except you can still target. So that's kind of nice. Run 2 of that because level 7 is fairly easy to get. Because you get all the level 4s in, like Wolves and Lilas and the other thing. So yeah, it's fairly easy to get out. Cyber's Quantum Dragon. while you control a like monster, monsters your opponent controls cannot target monsters you control for attacks, except this one, which I thought was really nice. So I thought, well, there's a couple of links in the deck, so try it out. Stardust because it's my boy. Avenging Knight Parshath because it's another light type monster. Oh, actually, I just thought of a card I want to add to this deck. Obviously, it's really good for dealing damage to those things. Catch a Kyochi Dragon because smack, ditch material, smack again. Silent Honor. I just put this in because it was shiny. it's an ultra rare that I've got in glossy, so I put it in. It works. You can ditch the 2 materials and get rid of a special summon monster the opponent controls. So that's kind of nice. Obviously, Minerva, the Lightsworn XEs. For link summonings, I'm just like, well, 2 effect monsters. That's really easy to do because everything's an effect monster. And obviously 500 attack for each monster that points to. So ideally, you want to summon this facing opponent's monster and have something behind it. So keep that in mind. So it's only 2300 attack. Granted at most, but it is a decent 2 cards. So if you get 2 cards, like say you've used a Lila, you've got no tuners out, and you get to spam the field of Illumina, get rid of the Lila and the Illumina, you can make this, we have a wolf behind it, you know, it makes decent columns. Gaia Saber, just because, you know, OG Gaia, basically, but it's Link. And also you can use that one other monster to get it out. Power Code Talker, it's a really nice card, I like it, the effect's really good. It gets rid of like the effects of monsters, so that's kind of nice. Also, you get something that's going to affect that's happening. You like, I was up against Shadows with my friend Alan, and they just shut down my deck. Couldn't spam the field. I think I was actually running Black Wings. Couldn't spam the field. Couldn't do this. Couldn't do that. So this is really nice to get rid of that. And this one because it just looks really good. So that's the Lightsworn deck, and that's how you craft. So yeah, thanks very much for checking this out today, just a quick one. Any other questions, feel free to comment down below. Leave a like on the video, and I will be streaming this at some point over the weekend. This is going up on Friday, so maybe Saturday night, which is about 9 PM GMT. I'll hope to stream this at some point. So come over and check me on twitch.tv/PapaG123, and I hope to see you all in the next video. So for now, catch you later. Duel well.